Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all on the DATV channel today, the Worldwide Net. This is ZA6YI hosting it, and we have a number of people on hoping to transmit today. We also, as usual, would like to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to be on this wonderful satellite, and of course to AMSAT DL for designing it and getting it built, to AMSAT UK for fantastic assistance on their webpage, and of course the BATC for providing many valuable links, information, and even kits to build up receivers. And I believe they have new stock of receivers, or the sets. So if you are a member of the BATC, you can get good prices, and you can watch the live DATV transmission direct off a little dish. So today on our list we have the following. We have Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta Bert. It's going to talk about his 70 centimeter amp. It's going to be very interesting, that Bert. And then we want to wish and welcome Fabiano. He was on briefly last week, but he's now got his station running like a clock. That's Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta. And Fabiano, when you've taken over, I would like you to introduce yourself, give us a little bit of an insight as to who you are and what you know, and so forth, a bit of history. It'd be lovely to hear from you and to get to know you. Hello to Phil, Mike 0 Papa India Tango. We shall call him the King of Bletchley. And hello to Paul, who put through a good signal earlier, OE8PCK. And of course, hello to you, Martin, G8 King of England. And then Benno, nice to see you on again, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray. And then Mike, he says some project updates. That's always nice to have Mike on. He's a very busy guy indeed. So without further ado, let's bring in Bert. Bert, if you would take the microphone, please, from Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India.
Yes, there is some signal. That's great. And also some audio, I believe. Yep. Okay, good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are on the globe, where are you watching? Yeah, you can watch the whole world, of course, via the internet link. Oh yeah, about the internet link, or the YouTube link is it more. Maybe you can tell Gary later how many people are watching the YouTube link. Because last week I got 7 guys who were asking something about my amplifier I showed you last week, about the chiller and the tank for the water or the liquid cooling, whatever you want to call it. So I was just curious how many are really watching the whole worldwide DATV net. To start with, the question I had from a couple of persons was what kind of pump are you using, and also the tank, the water tank. Let's see, I have to switch to my shaky cam. Let's see, that's not, let's pick up, let's see. Nah, as you can see, it's really shaky, but anyway, the pump I'm using, I hope it's focused a little bit. It's a small aquarium pump used for fish, and you can see compared to my hand, it's a very small one. And that's about 720 liters an hour at 12 volt DC. I'm using it around 6-7 volts on the moment, and that's fine for the cooling. And the water tank, yeah, it's on the ground over here. Let's see if we can reach that. Yeah. It's I hope you can read it. It's a 16 liter refill depot, as they call it, but it's just a small plastic tank. And yeah, as you can see, yeah, It's containing 16 liters. When it is full, I cut it around 12 liter, approximately 12 liters. And you can see it's blue. That's the same liquid as used in the radiators for your car. And that's to prevent any corrosion in the cylinder. Oh yeah, got them over here again. Okay. Let's see if I can show you this. Yeah, this is. You can see the two pink tubes that's going into the tank, or first the pump in the tank. And you see also the size of this, and the two little fans. So I hope I answered some questions out from some guys. What do you need? No, that's all you need, and of course the amplifier. Let's see back to the other camera. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that's not much to tell, but yeah, I hope someone can use this information then. Let's go then to Portugal, to Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta from Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Bert. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good evening for some of you. Okay, thank you, Gary. Thank you, Bert. Hi. Yeah, second net. Very nice. About me, yeah. Last week I joined just on the few hours or one day or 2 days testing my station. It was quite prepared or not familiar with the procedure, with the times, go to TX, but I think it was working. About me, my name is Fabiano. I born in Brazil in 1976. Came to Portugal in 2006. I'm living here since 2006, a long of time. Yeah, I went on amateur radio by influence of a friend near my home. Very child. I was very young, 7 years or 8 years. I was very interested in electronics and something, and everything with. Let me check if I. Okay, it's good. Audio. Became amateur radio on 1994. Became amateur radio in south of Brazil as Papa Yankee 5, Radio X-Ray, and Curitiba. I have some funny history from there, and I want to share you. I talking to Gary. He said, "Oh, share on the net." Okay, I have some funny history. Many things happened. Amateur radio is always involved in my life. I make very good difference and change in my life. I can tell you something. Here in Portugal, I work for the electricity company. I'm responsible by some technologies there, video conference, and also responsible by the IT help desk team and service manager like take care about the contracts and the support for the employees. My company is the government, not the government, is from stakeholders. But we bring electricity, high voltage, and gas to the whole country in Portugal. We have the contract to bring high voltage electricity. Well, it's me. I have some funny things to show you. About the satellite, I joined in 2005 from some friends I met on the internet. At that time, I have no experience of about the QSOs on satellite. Then I became very interested. I joined to search. I started to search on the internet and about the space station. I became very interested on, oh my God, how we can talk to the astronaut in space. It's unbelievable, really. They are there, they make QSO. Then I met some very kind people. Let me say, Delta Delta 1 Uniform Sierra Matthias. I love you. Very good friend of mine, helped me always. Matthias, is still my friend, of course. Helped me on that time where the information is complicated to get. It's difficult. Nobody has experience in Curitiba much experience in Curitiba to teach me and learn me, but I did. And then I make some very interested QSO. I make a QSO with the Brazilian astronaut Marcos Pontes in 2006. He went to space station, Brazilian astronaut, first time Portuguese in space. It was a very nice moment. I talked to him. I talked to the commander, Bill MacArthur, before Brazil mission. And I asked to Bill MacArthur, please bring Marcos Pontes to the radio. He promised me, he did. I have a video recorded because Bill MacArthur, the actual commander at that time, remember my request. I talked to him few times before the mission. Marcos Pontes went in space, and he knows about Fabiano is waiting for. He bring me, and he did a lot of things to have a very special moment. That is a video recorded at the QSO. Inside the station, you see Bill MacArthur is recording my QSO. You can hear my voice there, a part of that. And this is a very nice. I received this video 1 year late when the Russian Space Agency approved it. This short part of the recording inside the station, they approve it and say they agree to Marcos shared with me. I was not know that they made this video. It was a totally surprise 1 year late. It was amazing. Yeah, funny history. And then in Portugal, that is I want to share you today. I got also a very good QSO with this guy. Let me show you. Yeah, this is Marcos Pontes. I met him in Brazil when he came back to Earth. He went in São Paulo. I went there, but I can tell this history to not take long transmission. And another day it was a very nice history indeed. But today I want to show you the QSO with this man. This photo was signed by Doug Wheelock, the commander of Mission 24, if I'm not wrong, the Mission 24. And this photo was taken by Matthias. Matthias met Doug in some event in Germany, and he talked about me, and he send me his photo. Why Doug? Doug Wheelock. We make a QSO few 1 month before my birthday. Then I asked to Doug, came on my birthday to make a QSO. He said, absolutely, Fabiano, I will do that. And that's okay. One month late, here in Portugal, I was here, living here in 2010. During the past, and my birthday, it was around 8 o'clock, no local time, 20 UTC time. I arrived from work. I went to the radio to be ready. Maybe Doug he comes on the radio, and he came. Unbelievable. Let me show. Let me show you. Okay. ISS Fan Club published on the internet, happy birthday from space. You won't believe this. This is one of the most unbelievable ISS contests ever. The entire crew sings happy birthday to Fabiano. Yeah, true, this is happening. This is happening. And here is the photo signed by Doug WW. And let me show you where is. Now I will play the video, the audio. QSO. It's playing already. Sorry. One moment. To happy QSO here. Are you playing again? Sorry.
Smiling, and we've been wondering. It's been so long since we've heard your voice. I'm trying to remember, Fabiano. Heard your voice. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Oh, can you hear us? Okay, we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to you. It's me and Sasha and Misha and Fyodor. We're in the Russian segment, so we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to you. Okay? Yes, absolutely. We'll get some pictures of Lisbon and Portugal. So here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy Fabiano. Happy birthday to you. Me too. Thank you very much, Fabiano. С днем рождения тебя. I speak in Russian. Happy birthday, Fabiano. Here's Fyodor.
Hello, Fabiano. You hear English, you hear Russian now in Greece. Fabiano, Христополиешенке, Polychronia.
All right, Fabiano. Did you get to do anything special today for your birthday? Did you do something special for your birthday today, or just spend it with your family? It's our pleasure, Fabiano. And yes, I couldn't remember if it was the 25th or the 26th, and so I wasn't sure if I had the right day. So yeah, it was a difficult. We were able to get the new pump in, and we're back up. It was really God's blessing working out for us. It was some hard work, though. I think I'm losing you, Fabiano, but it was great talking to you. Enjoy your time with your family, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Okay. Yeah, I was playing some background video. It's not related with my QSO. It's just another video from Doug WW. He's make a tour and space on space station side. He showed the radio, the amateur radio there. I think, and I hope you can listen well. Thank you, Gary, to give me the opportunity to show this. It was a very interesting, amazing, unbelievable. We don't have still today any information or there is something equal made. It's unique. We never had this, and still never happened from space. It's totally unique in the history of space station. It was unbelievable. The entire crew, I was not expected. The whole entire crew was there, and this happened because when the astronaut explained to me, on the lunch time, the commander make a requirement to everybody come to eat together because it's the short time, 2 hours time. They can talk to each other to chill out a little bit, and then they make this moment to eat, to dinner from 17 to 90 o'clock, 19 to 21 o'clock UTC. They eat and have some free time. It was a very, very good moment. Long story to be short, sorry. After he came back to Earth, he tell another. I have another video. After the QSO, he received a phone call on space station from his boss in the ground, mission control ground. She say, "Oh, you are not allowed to play music on space station. We know that. We heard about the happy birthday. Yeah, you are not allowed. This is against the rules." Because the commander thought that he plays music that is not allowed to play music on the amateur radio, and he give a alert, a message from his boss. They were hungry. He say, "You think we sing so good?" Something like that. No, we not play music. We sing in live. Amazing. Misha, Sasha, Fyodor, Commander. Okay, guys. Sorry for the long transmission. That is a little part I wanna share it with you. Thank you, Gary. Everybody. I have more, but I also have another video. I went on television program. But I can tell this history another day. When I talked to Marcos Pontes in Brazil, the television came to my home. We make a television program there. You went to the air and everything. Funny days. Okay, I go to Phil, Mike 0 Papa India Tango from Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry for the long transmission. From Charlie Tango 7 Alpha Bravo Delta.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Fabian, wow, what a birthday. I mean, I'm lucky if I get a happy birthday from my next door neighbour, let alone one from the space station. Wow, that must be something. Yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Nice to see that you've still got a lovely, nice signal again. I know you've had problems, but I think you've got to the bottom of it towards the end of last week, and here you are today with an absolutely cracking picture and a good, strong signal too. A bit envious, I think. Yeah, everybody's sort of been talking about water cooling. Well, I'm going to do one better than that. In the late 70s, there was a team of us. I was, I suppose, actually working on it. I suppose there was a team of about 6. And we built a 1 megawatt medium wave transmitter for the government. That's to say, we were not allowed to take any photographs of it. However, it was decommissioned. I'm not quite sure when it was decommissioned. About 6 years ago it was decommissioned, maybe a bit longer than that. And at that point, the engineers who operated the transmission site where it was sited, because it was out in Cyprus and then it was shipped back to the UK. You know, the engineers over here, when they decommissioned it, they took some photographs, and I do have photographs of it, or parts of it, but they are photographs, and I'll try and scan them over. But the reason I mention it is because it wasn't water cooled. It was what's called vapor cooled. That's steam cooled. The output bottles in each PA, and there was 4 PAs, there was 2 big output bottles. And each PA would produce 250 kilowatts. But the output bottles, and I got a photograph showing the jacket around one of the output valves, and you had distilled water that came in to the bottom of the valve, which was iron, and which turned into steam, and the steam actually went round the glass casing at the valve, and then it was you had an exhaust, which was the steam coming off the valve. A lovely photograph of it, and I'll see if I can scan it, and maybe I'll show it to you next week. But yeah, that was what they call vapor cooled. What have I been doing? Well, I've managed to get myself sorted, and I've been playing around with the Linux version, or the latest version of Not So Easy. And I've experienced exactly the same problem as I had on the earlier version, and that is depending upon the hardware will affect the null packets. And okay, I now know how to finely tweak it, but if I put it on a different hardware, the null packets will change. In other words, the percentage of null packets will change, and I still don't understand that. But now I know it happens, I can tweak it up. And the effect is that Leon always pointed out to me, and I don't know why he's not here, I think he must have some problems, but Leon always pointed out that after about 3 seconds of my transmission there'll be a glitch. And that glitch, as I looked into, only appears on the long min software. It does not appear on the mini tuner. It does not appear on that at all. It's perfect, but as soon as you go to the long min software, you get this glitch after about 2 or 3 seconds. And that also appears on the Winter Hill, of course, because it uses the same long min software. So that's quite interesting. But as I say, now I know I now know how to get rid of it by tweaking parameter in it, which is basically what they call headroom. It's just basically it's a way of manipulating it so that you get some more or less null packets. So that's been so I've been able to do that. It looks like it does work. I've got it going this morning, and because of that I had to use my USB adapter, which I'm using on this machine, and my sync may be out because of it, because I didn't have time to change it if I need to, but I apologise if it is out. And that's really what I've been up to. The interesting thing about these null packets is the software that is out there. I'm just wondering if that is affecting other people. Maybe it's me. It's only me because I'm running Linux and not many people run it. I don't know. But at least I know how to manipulate it now to get rid of it. So that's enough from me. Yeah, that's enough for me. Who's next on the list? Let's have a look. And that's Paul, OE8 PCK. So I'm going to put up a test card, and then I shall kill carrier and hope Paul's there to take over. So here we go.
So, I hope you can receive me okay. I can't see myself back at the moment for some reason, but I hope it's working. Bert, the cooling system looks very, very interesting, but I think it'd be a bit too complicated for me with all that water around the electricity. I'm not really happy about that. But if you do it properly like you've done it, I'm sure it works fine. Fabiano, that's very, very interesting. And I can feel with you because I once met Owen Garriott, who was on the Space Lab, and we had communications with him over amateur radio, and he came to Klagenfurt, where I live here, and I got a QSL card from him. I don't know whether you can see this, I hope so. That was quite interesting. And later his son went up as well. You can see he had a good time in Klagenfurt. That's him playing the drums outside the mayor's house in Klagenfurt, and that was in 1984. Okay, I'm not sure that this is getting out, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say one more thing. Thank you very much to Benno. His what do you call it, distribution system in Europe works fantastically. I ordered some parts from the BAT last Saturday, and they arrived on Thursday. So not yesterday, the Saturday week, and they arrived on Thursday, and everything was perfect. Thank you very much, Benno, for the excellent service. So I'm not going to keep it too long because I'm not sure this transmission's working. So microphone now goes on, the video goes to Martin, Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo, from Oscar Echo 8 Papa Charlie Kilo.
Yeah, thank you there, Paul. Yeah, got you no problems at all. Sound and pictures. Yeah, thank you there, Paul. Yeah, I think, how do I follow anything up? Fabiano, that's absolutely amazing. Somewhat jealous, but yeah, I was trying to think who's sung happy birthday to me, but at last. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. I think the first thing probably I should do is to say a thank you to this little device, which has arrived. Hopefully may or may not be, I think it's in sync now. Funny enough, it highlighted the fact that things had changed. I used to be set to 0.2 and it's now 0.3, so strange, that's all I can say. What have I been up to? Well, I had a present from Ohan yesterday, and I've been playing and configuring it ever since. And it's amongst other things, shall we say, everything seems to always happen at once. So I was just adjusting something before I oh, I need to go up a little bit more. Anyway, let's go to the screen. That's not what I wanted to go. I want to go to the main screen. So there we are. That's what I was testing, and there's lots of things that are going on in there. Obviously, site works a treat, and let's get rid of that. And if we wander down in the menus there, we have built into it. This is going to either work. There we go. It's going to work for me, which I think is really good having it built in. I don't understand it at all, so I've got a big learning curve, but it's a nicety that's built into it. So I've got to thank Owen for that, and I was able to set things up and get it working, which if I can get it working to that stage, then it says a lot for it. So I'm sort of over the moon with that. Yeah, they do. I'm very slow indeed. And then you've got Tom also keeps releasing things, which again is really nice. And he released something this morning as well, so I'm busily showing it in. But perhaps it's getting more and more complicated, isn't it? Perhaps we should try and make some more simple, put some other people on it that so it doesn't look so out of place. There we go. But the nicety with this is the ability to manipulate things just as you want. It works really well. Absolutely. I think he's done a wonderful job, and an additional update this morning made things easier to set up, which is good. And for those who don't know, it's one program that does. I'm going to try and close it down and relaunch it and see whether this is going in tears. But if we close it down, relaunch it up, hopefully, should never do anything live like this. It starts off in that sort of mode, and you can choose whether you want the mini tune variant, long mind, or the winter hen variant. So if we stick with that one, the mini tune, and let it trundle away, and it looks very familiar then to a lot of people. And you can select all sorts of different maybe that's right. Okay, I don't know why I'm not getting anything on the top one at the moment. Probably find it's oh, it's on B. I've input B. That's why. I assume I need to change that. I noticed that. So that's on input B. Anyway, apologies for Tom for not demonstrating it very well, but it does work exceptionally well. I haven't played with. Yes, good morning. KOE, yes. Hi. Yes, you're putting a good picture through anyway. There you go. I should go back to the other one, I think, and I'll. As I said, only arrived this morning. This particular version. I haven't. Are you? Your top tuner is set to B. Yes. Input. Right click on it. Ah, okay. Right. We'll relaunch it and then. Oh dear. We can't. Yes, the right one. So we right click on it. Oh yes. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Tom. Well, there you go. It's even more impressive. Well, I've done but it works exceptionally well. I've had no crashes with it, and you can display certain stations, no problem at all. So I know he likes looking at himself, so we'll put that one. Anyway, let's go back to the other one, I think, which is what I was playing with. Then I'll pass it over to I think it's Benno next, isn't it? But my poor little brain cell has been struggling. It's worn out at the moment. And my eyesight could do with improving. But There we go. Back to me. That's my waffle and live demonstration and prompting from Tom. Yeah, second beacon. You're always a second beacon. Right. Anyway, are you ready there, Benno? Bring some normality back to things. And your sound sounded good earlier. I was having my lunch, and as soon as I heard the noise, or the sound, shall we say, I said to my wife, "That's Benno." I could recognise it from the music. Anyway, I'll put a test card and I'll drop out, and it's over to you, there, Benno, from G8KOE.
Keep it a little bit longer to recognize myself and to check my audio. And my power is going up and down lately, but that's one of my pre-stages in my final, which caused me some problems. Well, I wonder, I have did a lot of updating lately. Yesterday I went up to, with all the Plutos here, to the latest version, and this I updated the latest from ON, which works better than the previous one, so that's better. And I have this morning got the new version from Tom, and I already reacted to Tom, and he already reacted back, so I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, great, all this, and we try to keep up with all the improvement everyone creates, and I believe that is yeah, that's okay, I believe. Yeah, I think my audio is much better. I've tested it yesterday, and it sounded that I have less transport problems on my audio. Well, that's maybe due to the latest version, or me setting it up better. I don't know. But then again, it's ham radio. Nothing should be perfect. Everything should be a little bit under revision. So that's basically what I'm going to talk about. I haven't done much else than shipping out orders this week, and organize what I have shipped out by now. It's over 50 orders within Europe. Some of them within 2 days, some of them took a little bit longer. I can track and trace every order, and everyone who's ordered something, he should receive a track and trace code, so he can do that as well on his own. And I am not responsible, obviously, for the postage, the local postage, which sometimes takes, well, up to 1 month apparently. So I am expecting some boards for the pluggable Pico revision, Pico conversion. I expect them in this week, and then I will hand out to the BATC also the Gerber files there. So I saw there was a bunch of orders already for the board from Colin. He did a slightly different well, we both
went for slightly different approach, and depending on what you like, you can choose the one or the other. I understand the BATC going to support both boards, and they will be available through the BATC after I know they are okay. Obviously, I need to know that for sure now first. I'm not a specialist on boards like Mike is. There's my power again. It's crazy what my power is doing. I expect one of my pre-stages is dying on me, and it's jumping up and down. Well, that's basically all. Microphone on to Mike, and I know he's done a lot of work on the background as well, and he's also waiting for the projects to arrive, because the Chinese New Year was over well, only last week, I believe, and I think that took us a little bit extra time for organizing some PCBs. With that, microphone on, and Fabiano, yeah, great. I know they occasionally do things like this, crazy stuff like this, and they should do that. I really appreciate they do that. And if you're just on the lucky receiver side, you're a lucky guy, I believe. You have a nice signal, and your transmission is perfect. I've seen you quite a bit over the last week or so, and we should have a good QSO within soon, and I will do that probably this week if you're on, because things should quiet down here a little bit this week. Microphone, what else can I say? Yeah, water cooling. I have never started with water cooling. I'm always with the noisy fans. Water cooling is a good idea for large amplifiers, I believe, but you need quite a good system. I know Gary has, but yeah, I know there are several people locally working on the same. I'm currently also being watched from a new repeater group, which is just on the just 50 kilometers west of here. I see myself back on their repeater at the moment. Okay, well, that's basically all. Well, microphone on. I will have next over. Microphone on to you, Mike, from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, and going back to my test screen. Bye bye.
Okay, a little bit more power there for those who were having an issue. Good afternoon, everyone, and hi Fabiano, nice to see you for the first time. I've been watching you on and off on the transponder. Don't think I've worked the ISS, can't remember. I've worked the repeater a few times when it was on, but I have met quite a few of the crew, and including, I think, Richard Garrett, but quite a few of the others as well. And PC cooling, yeah, I've got some pictures which I'm going to show you in a minute. So let me first of all go to the other camera, the roving camera, which is showing something else. Here. You might recognise that. That is a radiator for a PC cooling system, and there's a pump there with a reservoir and some low visibility cables that are in bright sort of day glow orange,
Now I used that for cooling a 1.8 kilowatt LDMOS chip. I'm trying to remember what the number is, but anyway, Freescale one, and that was okay for doing that. So it was good, and it met the spec. So yeah, you can get away with water cooling with those things. But that's why I was asking why you didn't have a reservoir. Because if I didn't have a reservoir, the whole thing could be sealed and it wouldn't matter which way up it is. My big issue with building one of these into an amplifier is that it's not sealed, so if it's upside down it'll leak, and that was what worried me, but I'm sure there are ways around that. But it's very efficient, it keeps everything very cool. Gary is the expert on this, of course. His PA is water cooled. In fact, it might be worth showing that video again, Gary, because it's probably about 3 years since you showed it, of the PA that you had CNC'd up. Right, anyway, on to what I was going to talk about. So this is Colin's board. I don't know if you can see that, the one on the bottom, G4 EML. And what you can probably tell is this is a mini tuner V2. It's actually one of the prototypes, but near enough the same. And sitting on top of that is an Ethernet hat, which Brian, G4 EWJ, has developed some software for, rather like the Winter Hill. Brian developed the Winter Hill software. So that is a retrofit. Now, unfortunately, on top of these things, it's too high to fit in the box. But at the moment, it's set up in USB mode. And just to prove it, this is itself being received with Tom software. I'm using version 0.9, not version A, that's only just come out. So, there you go. The other thing that you might notice about this is this curious red wire here, which is going from, I don't know if I can see that, that's a 5 volt USB power output. And here is the alt supply input, which is on the mini tuner. And as you can see, there is no DC power here. The whole thing is running off the USB, which I didn't think would work, but clearly it does. And it works very well, actually. It's not taking all that much current. And I've got questionable, perhaps, USB adapter here. Upside down, sorry. Turn it that way up. Now, I'm not sure it's actually all that accurate, 300 milliamps, but maybe it is. Oh, it's just as well yeah, I thought version A supported the Pico. The other thing I've done is I've built a PC in the past week, and I had some issues with the motherboard, but I've replaced that, and it's working rather well. Very, very cheap one, with no graphics card or anything, just using up some old components. And you can see there an order from DigiKey, which has turned up, and that is what I'm going to talk about next. So let me just leave that looking at this thing for a minute, and find another window, which is this one. So this is the latest version of the new board that I've been designing. So the board that I've ordered, a prototype one, will be slightly different, not that different. After discussion with Brian, I've gone for a slightly longer Ethernet hat with the Pico built in, rather than putting a something on top of the Pico. And it's a little bit longer, so I had to make it a little bit longer. The rest of this you've seen before. Incidentally, the LNB supply up here, this bit, it's all optional, but it will only work off the 12 volt supply. It won't work off USB. But the rest of it should work off USB. And I guess the other thing that's useful to understand about it is it's got 2 transport streams. So let me come back. Oops, wrong camera. Come back to me. Yeah, that's nearing completion, but the boards are on a slow boat from China. They shipped, I think, on Thursday or Friday, so another 7 days or so, and I might get them. See if they work, and if they do, then make some more. If they don't, find out why and fix it. But
Colin's board is also available, and that seems to work very well. And I don't know if Benno's still going to produce the board that he was developing as well. So that's where we are with that. And Benno doing a really good job posting to EU. 50 orders, that's a lot. Noel said he'd had 59, so that must be quite a lot of things, tuners probably, sold already. But that's good. Right, I don't think there's anyone else on the list, so my understanding is it's going back to you, Gary. So ZS6YI G0MJW.
Just make sure I'm locked. G0MJW. ZS6YI returning. Excellent. Very, very nice transmissions today. And firstly, Bert, congratulations on that excellent water cooling they've got going there. And yes, I've had a little bit of experience with that for years actually, on injection molding tools, keeping them temperature controlled. And then at my shack, I run a temperature controlled unit, which has a refrigeration unit in as well. And that's one of the reasons why the German amateur clubs asked me to do their retransmissions on satellite, because it can go for hours at 1 megasymbol or 500 kilosymbols or whatever you want, and never go above 22 degrees. At the moment, my temperature is 19 degrees on the final. But water cooling's a way to go. Less noise in the shack, no fancy fans, and everything's just outside the door. Fabiano, fantastic story indeed. Really, really great. And I must say there's a number of guys on the YouTube channel at Peter from Germany, DK3 Zulu Fox. He sends his regards. He also wishes you a happy birthday, although, of course, it was a long time ago. But it is certainly a great honor that you had, and an exciting thing to happen, and something that one likes to share and keep in the memory banks for sure. Also, Dirk, ZS6 Delta Hotel, is watching. There's at the moment 30 people watching. To answer Bert, sometimes there's even more. Like last week there were about 50 guys. At the moment there's 30, and so it goes. That's just on YouTube, of course. But once again, Fabiano, thanks for sharing that. It makes it interesting. It makes it interesting for everyone else viewing this as well. Really, really good stuff. To you, Phil, it's really fascinating on that steam cooling. One wonders how they separated the steam from the HD side. And those tubes must have been quite thick, so that you don't get thermal cracks and so on. Yeah, it's something to behold, and not easy to do. Yeah, I've only really used water cooling on solid state devices. I have a nice big 8 kilowatt linear, which is not allowed, of course, but it is a commercial thing that they used for military and so forth, and that uses 24CX 1500s A's. Beautiful amp. You can drive it with a silk handkerchief, but I think that could also do with some cooling. You switch that thing on and it sounds like a jumbo jet lifting off for all the fans. All working okay, even though you are on 1/2 FECs, no problem. Copied you fine, and nice signal. I think when you get your dishes nicely sorted again, you can go to a higher FEC rate and you'll be back to great quality. Incidentally, I also saw Adam on testing. Adam, as usual, excellent signal from you. And so you must join us again sometime. We would love to see you. Martin, yeah, nice on Tom's update on the fly. Tom came up on the net, on the list, and then he disappeared. So I don't know what else happened to him. But I did ask him on YouTube, are you going to come back on? but he didn't answer, or maybe he did and I didn't see it. Let's just check. Yeah, he's got some unexpected guests and will have to next week. Okay, Tommy, no problem on that. Thanks for answering. That's on YouTube, back on WhatsApp. But yeah, it's old Tom does a great job. There's no doubt he writes some phenomenal software, not only for the amateur side on DATV, but for all other things. What I like about his software, it's very robust. He does good tests and makes sure it works well. I use his software on the ride, and every time I just go on my cell phone and click, I'm on frequency, and I never have an issue. And I can immediately press a button and I can see whatever the signal strengths are and put it on the screen if I so wish. Benno, nice work on the BAT store. Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. Sorry, I got you mixed up just now with Bert. But anyway, 50 units sold already. That's excellent. I'll put an order next week. I'll ship it to my daughter. But I hope I don't have to pay UK tax, because I want to get 2 tuners just as spares. And but I think I should wait until we've got the whole kit together and Mike's new boards are on. Colin and Brian and Mike's boards are all up, and then I'll get that, I suppose, because my daughter is due to come and visit me sometime, and then she can just log it along. Because, man, transport, it's mad. To send a package just in an envelope was something like 30 odd pounds. It's crazy, from South Africa to the UK per package. So and vice versa, when it comes here, it's about 650 rand. So I'd rather just let my daughter bring it along as hand luggage or something. But anyway, great work all over. And then, yeah, Mike, always fascinating to watch your presentations and the hard work you put in for amateur radio. Really one of the stalwarts, and we thank you for that on behalf of everyone, I'm sure. A lot of developments on the mini tuner, and also we've got to thank Brian and Colin and all the other software developers, but especially on that mini tuner thing. It's excellent. Just a bit of feedback on Leon. He's all fit and well. He's fine, but he's been working very late hours and even through weekends. He was called back. You know, he retired some time back, about a year ago. And they urgently asked him, please, you must report back ASAP. They are busy testing missiles on on the testing range that we have down in Bredasdorp. And as you might know, Leon has 2 QTHs, one in Worcester and one in Bredasdorp, about 120 kilometers away. So when he's doing tests on the sites, on the test range, then he stays there and then commutes back over weekends. But he hasn't been able to, because he's been working flat out. There's some international tests going on. I don't want to divulge too much, but it's all new missiles, and he does. Without Leon, that thing wouldn't work, I can promise you. We were actually talking the other day on WhatsApp, and he was telling me that they had to recall quite a few of the older guys that have retired. It almost felt like the old school was back again. But of course the question begs to be answered, and that is, what happens when they move on to higher orbital levels, if you get my point? What happens then? Anyway, that's about it from my side. I just want to thank everyone so far for coming up, and let's see if there's anyone else on the net. Yeah, you're quite right there, Mike. Rogge hasn't been on for a while. Him and I do sometimes speak on WhatsApp, and Ed has also been absent without leave, but he does sort out our little spreadsheet from time to time. So he's still very much around. Yeah, Leon, you know, Saro hasn't been too well of late, but and he's also been quite busy. Also now and then chat up with him, and then let's see. Yeah. Adam, SP9 ACQ, you must come up and join us, man. It's always nice. And yeah, Tom's keeping up to date, just explaining things to everyone on his new program, which I also received this morning. All right, so with that, let's just go back to the list, and it's all the way back to you, Bert. Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta to take it from Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India.
Yeah, okay, Gary, thanks. See, a little bit audio down. Yeah, a lot of information in the last hour. Yeah, we're already busy an hour. Yeah, I'm also waiting what you already said also for the board when Mike MJW has finished this. Yeah, the mini tuner version 2, with the Pico. I've built my small Pico board on a Ferro board. Works fine, but it's not yeah, real stable. The hardware is not stable enough to stay this way. So I'm waiting for the board, and I will rebuild it back to the FTDI chip. That mini tuner is used also for locally for contests and so. And I want to use the Pico board and for Oscar 100 or all things. So just waiting, and then I can order also such a board, and again a new series tuner for that board. Yeah, what about the water cooling? Yeah, there are many ways. I did it already in the 1980s, but it was with a 2C39. It was a tube. We cooled that also, 2 tubes in one cavity for 23 centimeters. But that's already a long time ago. It was more than 40 years ago when we did it. We did it with a group. Yeah, nothing more to tell on this side. I will say have everybody a nice week. And oh yeah, one thing more. I did also some testing for the beta software for Tom. Most of work, but I got a little bit problem with yeah, with overload. Yeah, overload, and also the system was very busy. Was 100% most of the times with the new Open Tuner. So there were some issues probably on my side. But okay, we will fix that. Or Tom will fix that maybe also sometime. I would say everybody have a nice week, and see you then next time. And then the microphone, the camera to Fabio. Probably you'll never forget his birthday, singing from the space. One-time action, I think. CT7ABD from Pop Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Thank you. Sorry, microphone. Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much. I just say thank you very much for the comments, everyone, and just say thank you. And I like to make some addition on software, make some intro funny. the caveman I did yesterday. My daughter really liked it and helped me to get it working. About the QSO with the meeting, Owen Garrett, Paul, Oscar Echo 8, Papa Charlie Kilo. I made the QSO with his son, Richard Garrett. Let me show you. I will not show the QSO, but Owen Garrett was the first man who bring the amateur radio to the space station. Let me check. Microphone is on. Yeah, this is Owen Garrett. Owen Garrett was amateur radio, and he what I know, I cannot prove that this is a true history, but something tell me about this. Owen Garrett was a amateur radio. He has tried always to ask to NASA permission to bring the amateur radio to the space shuttle, and he are using the first amateur radio contact here on handheld, and the patch antenna is not showing here, but he attached the patch antenna. It's like a meter tape, rounded, something like that. He glued it attached it on the window, and started to make QSO. This is the first one, and his son, Richard Garrett, here on the screen. His son went in space. Richard, what I know is a very popular man in the United States, and he went in space, and I made a QSO with him. It was very nice, very short QSO, not much special, just Fabiano 7359 from space station, something like that, very short QSO, and not much more that. Yeah, interesting days, but nice to remember Paul, Owen Garrett, the first amateur radio in space. For now, everybody, I will ask permission. I go not TX anymore. I will continue following the net from my laptop downstairs. It's lunchtime. My wife is waiting to eat here. Thank you very much, everybody, to receive me, and to very interesting information from the Pico tuner. Oh, nice. I will follow about the water cooling also. Also interested thing to do. I have my amplifier at the garage. If I had problems with temperature on the summer, maybe I go to sing something about that. Okay, from my side it's okay. No TX anymore. Thank you so much. Good Sunday, good week for everyone. Bert, yeah, Beno, we can talk and make QSO. Yeah, thank you. We had some QSO this week. Phil also, Martin, we had a lot of QSO. They helped me to set my station and tuning something. Also, Gary helped me a lot this week. I think his setup is quite stable now. I will keep for a while to have some fun. Thank you very much, everybody, from Charlie Tango 7, Alpha Bravo Delta, microphone to Mike 0, Papa India Tango. I will not TX anymore, please, but we'll keep following the net. Bye-bye. Let me put some... Yeah, it's not easy. Here, to finish.
Thanks, Fabiano. I said earlier, lovely transmission. I don't really have much to add. Only comment that I've got is all this excess heat that people are generating through their PAs, etc., and water cooling. There's some very interesting videos, you probably have seen them, but there's some very interesting videos on YouTube regarding the cooking of eggs on top of CPUs. So after the net, I don't know if you're going to have a look on YouTube, but it's basically people cooking eggs on top of PC CPUs, and yeah, first time I saw that, which was a few years ago, I couldn't believe it. But there you go, making use of all this heat. Yeah, Gary, I've got some A4 photographs in colour of the water jacket around the bottle, and I'll definitely scan it. I must have digital copies of them somewhere, but I have no idea where. But I do have some A4 photographs, and I can scan them, and you can see quite clearly. I mean, you can't see inside the jacket, but you can quite clearly see, when it's pointed out, that is, where the water intake is and where the exhaust comes out. So I shall hopefully do that for you next week, assuming I'm on the net next week. Well, I don't think we've got anything special going on, so I should be around. Anyhow, I don't have much else to say. Everybody have a good week, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. So I'm going to put up the test card and then kill carrier, and I'm going to hand it over to Paul, OE8 PCK. So let's put up the test card.
So, would you like to take it, Martin?
Yes.
Or my G8KOE ZD6YI, and Paul can always slot in when he's ready.
Yeah, from G8KOE. Let's make sure we've got some sound. Looks like we have. That's another good net. I've not got a lot more to add really. But, I dare say, hoping to have words with Phil, and he's going to sort of replace the feeder cable this end, as I think I probably said last week, taking out the Heliax and put some LMR 400, which seems to be much happier. So we'll do some tests on the cable with the VNA. So during the week, with the angled connector that I've got on it, see what mysteries it puts forward. Right, I want to go back to the DATV Red that I'm playing with, and still learning. It is working exceedingly well. There's lots of little differences that I added in there, which just is also important canteen has just brought me a cup of tea, so I had to cut over to that. Yeah, it's really got quite a nice feel to it, and as I said, it helps if I've got the microphone, isn't it? I swung the microphone around. Apologies there. Sorry there, I'm back up to full volume. I swung the microphone around and forgot to swing it back. Yeah, sorry, apologies there. Yeah, I was going to say that the DATV Red that I'm testing for with Ohan is really nice. It's got a really nice feel to it. There's lots of little bits and pieces that I haven't fully got to grips with yet, but it's a thank you to him, and I will play a bit more. So I've only got it up and running yesterday. Well, it was arrived yesterday, and I got it up, and I will play with some of the buttons that haven't. But yeah, it's really good, and now I also know how to operate the other program a little bit better. That's also working good. I keep forgetting that you can click on so many things. It's my poor eyesight, I think. But yeah, I can't believe that I didn't swing the microphone round. There's an excuse for not turning the fader up, but not turning the microphone round. Just getting old and senile. And thank you again to Gary. Now you've just told me how much the postage costs. I'm feeling even more guilty there, Gary. So yes, thank you. And to Benno, your sound was absolutely cracking. Really nice sound. And after your test last week, you forced me to move my speakers the other way round. Now it was convenient because there wasn't a long enough lead at the time to have the speakers the correct way round, but they now are. So the left is, so it's all your fault. But yeah, your audio's it sounded like a Dalek last week, but absolutely perfect this week. Well, I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah, okay, thank you. All right. Right, that's enough silliness from me. So thanks to everyone, and get ready there, Gary, for Benno, because when he comes on, it'll be even louder. So test guidance over to you there, Benno, from GHKOE.
Okay, Oscar Echo 8, Papa Charlie Kilo. I hope it's working now. I'm not sure. Perhaps someone, whether you could write on the link there, Gary, on the Open Tuner chat, whether you're receiving me okay. That would be nice to know. And yeah, I just wanted to say to Mike, perhaps you could explain a bit more about the new mini tune boards. Which one works with the Wi-Fi? That would be very interesting. And yeah, okay, thanks very much, Gary. So it seems to be working now. And yeah, I've got to find out why I'm not getting my signal back. It's probably interference between the transmission and the receive. Anyway, thank you very much Fabiano. That's very interesting. Yeah, one little interesting anecdote about Owen Garriott. He was at a space meeting at the University of Graz in Austria, and we sent an aeroplane, a small light plane, to pick him up to bring him to Klagenfurt. And at first he said he wasn't going to get into that small plane. Apparently he was frightened of flying, which sounds a bit silly, but we managed to convince him in the end that he should get in, and he arrived in Klagenfurt okay. Anyway, that's just one little anecdote. So thank you very much everyone for the nice net, and thank you very much for running it, Gary, and especially to Benno, thank you very much for the prompt and efficient service for the BATC, and everyone who organizes and writes software and hardware for the DATV. Thank you very, very much. I certainly appreciate it. I'll see you next week, 73, and microphone goes to Benno. No, sorry, to Martin. Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo 08 PCK. Just going to put up the test card. Let me see now if I can get this working. Okay.
So that solves the audio bit. Yeah, see if I have loud enough audio. I think so. Only my door is open. That's never good for my camera view. With that bright light from outside. Okay. Paul, I think I was on because I think you weren't on, and then Martin took it, and then you and got mixed up the complete net. But no, never mind. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think all is okay. What should I comment on? Paul, your last transmission was okay. Your audio a bit low in comparison to the others, but we can turn up the audio a bit. You can up your resolution a little bit if you get your FAC okay, your signal is strong enough, but then again you have your own receiver problems, and I think you need to manage that first. So what else I can add? One thing I thought I wouldn't complain, but then Gary, I got a message from Tom. He would see some image, and that is, well, Martin already showed you this nice version 0A, which is available. And if I zoom in a little bit on that part, let's zoom in a little bit on that part which is new. So already Martin showed you can select the A and the B here, and which is the port, the input port, the antenna port of your tuner, and you can select a default local oscillator or put it to 0, which is handy for terrestrial, and then you can go on to this and do the control, and then you get a nice new window. Let's put that in my screen, and then you could normally change the frequency here, but so I'm using my scroll mouse and I can turn it, and I should turn it up to 2, 3, 4, whatever it needs. And if I need to do the 10 times, so the 5, I press the shift and change the 5. If I want to do the 2, I press clear and I can change this, but apparently this whole selecting I cannot do yet. I have no clue why, not yet. So it's not doing that, and it's in fact still receiving the myself on the satellite. So the whole tuner control is still under revision, but this is the way how to do terrestrial receiving if you don't want to use the default BATC quick tune. So this is what I was talking about, and yes, when you start up, you can select. So if I no, I'm not going to do that part because I don't know where I am heading then. For the rest, I believe I think all is well, and I think all the hard work of those guys behind the screens creating all this nice stuff for us to test, it's a lot of goodies and it's free of charge, and that's always for a Dutch guy a special good thing, I believe. Okay, well, that's all for now. Have a nice week, and Fabiano, we will have a nice contact. If I see you somewhere on the bird, I will get in contact with you. And besides that, we get a lot of new stuff coming out still, and the minute you think the evaluation of the involvement of the DATV stops, some of the guys throw out a lot of new stuff and new ideas on the floor, and then suddenly our complete job has changed, and the way how we can connect. I actually had a talk with a ham which I speak quite often with, and I had to ask him, what are you doing and what are you working today? Because every day things changes, and that's fun. There was a time that everyone worked with a Pluto and the OBS and the same DATV Easy or whatever version, and everyone worked the same despite one or two odd people like Phil. Hi. Greetings from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, passing it on to Mike. Bye bye and have a nice week.
Good, thank you, Benno. Well, an interesting net, so all very good. Paul, to answer your question, I don't know, ask G4FKK. There's a specific hat that does do Wi-Fi for the Pico, but I don't know the model number. But Martin's been testing with that, and apparently it works. Of course, you don't necessarily want to use Wi-Fi. It's 2 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so when you're transmitting on QO-100 it might stop working, but there is a version that does it. Okay, not much else to add, I think, so with that I'll say 7.3 as well. It's getting quite late, especially in the far to the east, and it's getting, I guess, towards lunch, no, not towards lunchtime, towards dinner time. in a lot of the world. So enjoy your evening, and no, I won't speak to everyone next week. I won't be on next week, so perhaps the week after. So ZS6YI G0MJW.
Okay, Mike, excellent. G0MJW, ZS6YI returning. Ooh, why is my signal so strong? Just reduce it a bit. Okay, very, very good signals all round. Wish to thank once again everyone for coming up, and that was excellent audio indeed from your side, Benno, and your stereo is fantastic, and big improvement over the audio you've had the past few weeks. And also, I must say, Phil, excellent signal, not a single glitch, not once. So well done on that. I'm sure Leon will be delighted to see that. One mustn't misunderstand Leon. He only gives an honest report so that people can sort out their issues. He doesn't mean no malice with that at all. I do say he's one of the few people that has an audio analyzer between his ears, if you know what I mean. With that, I'm going to say 7-3 to everybody. Close the net. We all hope we'll be back next week. Mike, we'll miss you, but the week after, hopefully. And wish everyone a very happy and prosperous week ahead. This is ZS6YI, now going QRT and closing the net.